Thank you very much for having me with you here today, guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into my crazy life, basically, and how marketing with ethics came about. So it all started with these wonderful people. There's a few pictures here of the most important people in my life. Top left is my soulmate and husband, Martin. In the top right are my three amazing children, and this is probably the best they ever got on with each other. This was actually at my wedding. Believe it or not, they are now actually 37, 31, and 26. I'm not old enough. Below them are three out of four of my grandchildren. Unfortunately, I've got no contact with my fourth grandson. However, I can't wait to meet my first granddaughter, who is due just before my visit back to the UK in April. And finally, my gorgeous mum, who has been my absolute rock, even when I didn't make her life easy. Which brings me to where it all began. First of all, please forgive me for the image. All I can say in my defense is it was the 80s. So, my first ever full time role was YTS as an office assistant. However, I fell pregnant at a very young age of 16 and had to leave this early. The picture is actually my first baby girl, Sarah, who was born 2 months early. And believe it or not, she is almost 2 months old in that picture. And 37 years ago, you are talking doll's clothes to actually dress them in because premature baby clothes didn't really exist much at the time. I was always being told that having a baby young would mean that I would never have any nice things in life because I'll always be skint. I was told that I wouldn't be able to work and have a career as I'd be stuck at home with a baby. And to be honest, I think that is what's given me the grit and determination over the years to succeed in anything that I decide I want to do. I did many jobs over the years, and they always seem to be involved in either sales or customer service, from taking meter readings over the phone for Southern Electric to knocking doors in Brighton selling textured wall coating. And I even did 6 years as an IT consultant testing the biggest currency exchange system in the world. I married my first husband in 1992 and had my son and second daughter. Unfortunately, this didn't work out. And after 18 years together, we got divorced. Then I met my soulmate, Martin, who I always introduced to everyone as my eco warrior. He showed me that life really does begin at 40 and that I can achieve anything I want to. So in 2012, we got married on the beautiful Greek island of Zakynthos, just across the water. And as part of our honeymoon, he actually brought me to Kefalonia to show me where he'd spent 2 summers working with the Turtle Conservation Group. And I fell in love with the island instantly. From that day, it was my lifetime dream to actually move here. So he wanted to change the world and make a positive difference. So when we returned from our honeymoon, we actually launched our own eco business. So we sold UK-based eco-friendly products to UK customers and wanted to show that being eco was not a luxury but a necessity, which is why I'm so supportive about what Jeanette does. For the benefit of the visitors, she's one of our members that sells eco products who unfortunately isn't here today. So it's basically, everything from trade shows to online store to going out and about. And to be honest, that's what actually started my journey into Google Ads. I found the top UK trainer in the UK to teach me how to do Google Ads properly so that I could market the business more effectively. I handled the marketing alongside my full-time job as an IT consultant, and Martin took care of the daily running of the business. I'd finally found something that I really loved. One day, Martin was chatting to an old school friend who ran his own business, and they got talking about marketing. His friend mentioned Google Ads and said what a waste of money it is, and he got nothing from it. So, Martin suggested, with me fresh out of training, that I take a look at it. So I did. Oh my God, it was awful. I couldn't believe that he had paid an agency to do such a bad job. So I wrote up a 4-page report outlining the improvements that he could make. And this is what is now my performance check that I do for customers. And he was so impressed that he came back to me straight away and said, "How much would you charge to manage it for me?" I'd never considered starting a marketing agency, but we actually then realized that we could make a bigger difference helping other ethical businesses increase their brand awareness and fulfill our dream of moving to Kefalonia, as I could run it from there. So, marketing ethics was born. Within days, we were getting great results for him, and after just a few months, he wrote me this testimonial. "I would like to say a very big thank you for helping to grow Polar Bear Windows, as our sales have gone through the roof in the last 4 months. I tried PPC several times with different companies who promised me they could do the job at a very high cost, and they couldn't deliver the results. It was very much against this way of advertising because I couldn't see the people clicking the leads and didn't know if it was actually working. So hung up my boots, saying I would never do it again. Then a business colleague recommended Suzii and said I should give her a try, my husband. So I decided to give it one more go, although I was very doubtful it would work. All I can say is, wow, bloody amazing. I love it. The results were and still are balls. Bristolian. Anybody who's not sure about using Suzii or pay-per-click, call me and I will gladly recommend her 100%. Once again, thank you, Suzii. I really appreciate all your time and effort." So I guess I was doing something right. Now, we love helping ethical businesses and organizations that are having a positive impact on the environment and animal welfare. And we want to help them to increase the brand awareness and bottom line profit so that they can carry on doing the amazing work that they do. But what does ethical mean? Now, to us, it means treating people, animals, and the planet with respect. It means being open and honest with our approach and having a positive impact rather than just looking at profits. And of course, making any decisions based on morals and values. So you don't actually have to be a tree hugger. Any business could actually be ethical following that approach. It's not just about making a difference, it's about being different. So, what does make us different? Well, every time I speak with a new Google support member, I get the same response to our campaigns. "I've never seen campaigns set up the way you do them." Well, we firmly believe that if you are paid to manage something, you manage it, not leave everything to automation. The first thing we do is find out more about you and your business and what you are wanting to achieve. We find out who it is that you're reaching out to, what their pain points are, how you solve it for them, what the lifetime value is of your customer, and many other things to ensure that Google Ads is the right option for you. Sometimes it's not, and we will tell you if it isn't. For example, if I were to create a campaign to gain Google Ads clients, it would cost me an average of £65 per click just to get them to the website. Now, don't panic. That's not as expensive in all industries. A lot of my clients are only paying around the £2 to £5 per click. Then after that, we make sure that your website is as good as it can be. Now, I can generate lots of clicks, but if the website is poorly designed, it won't convert. In these cases, I give advice on improvements to the website, and I'm always happy to chat again after the changes have been made. And of course, make a recommendation to David for those changes. I only succeed if the customer succeeds. So there's no point taking on a client that I know I cannot get the results for until those changes are made. We then carry out extensive research on what your potential customers actually type in the Google search bar. And we create the ads, creating hundreds of headlines based on those results. We actively manage the campaigns and don't leave everything to be automated by Google. This takes more time, but at the end of the day, that is what we're paid for. We care about every one of our clients and will only support clients who we believe in. And therefore, when we work on their accounts, we treat it like it's our own business. So what would be a great introduction for me? Just very quickly. Architects, especially those involved in passive house builds, which is an eco build. Home improvement companies. So basically things like eco glazing companies, solar panel suppliers. Those involved in the eco build itself, like renewable material suppliers, sustainable builders. And of course, my personal passion, helping animal charities with Google Ad grants. So that is a whistle stop tour. It's a brief look into me and my crazy world and why I do what I do. If you'd like a chat, feel free to reach out to me. And if we do have time for questions, happy to answer them.